Yeah, I watched your guys' Dead Heat before I did this. You guys, that was pretty funny. I love Dead Heat. That's like one of my favorites.
Thank
See,
you, Doug.
Lance is
Glad
feeling some
someone
kind
did.
of way because he's like, "You guys hated the movie, and I'm not gonna pick a movie
No,
again."
you got Joe
And I'm like,
Piscopo putting bad one-liners in there, you know.
Thank you, Doug. See, I when you're around, I don't feel alone.
No, see, well,
Fix.
what other movie did Joe Piscopo? Yeah, check out the freak.
Well, outside of Johnny
Um,
Dangerously, where he's basically going, "My grandmother did that once."
and we didn't hate the movie, Lance. We both clearly stated it was fine.
Well, I saw that as a kid. I didn't know what movie it was, but where the Chinese food comes to life.
Mm.
that was the best part, and I think I even said something like, "I think this like a Doug thing."
Yeah, no,
this
I
part.
loved it.
Yeah.
Um, Speaking of Lance and his discretions, indiscretions, Lance, when you post, here's the hint for next episode, and it's the actual movie.
Okay. Okay. So
It's
Or was that aid?
it was me. It was me.
Wow.
I did
I am
it.
appalled.
But to be fair, I was drinking all day, so I wasn't thinking
So you were in
about
the
it.
mind of Lance.
I was,
No,
yes, I was. You're right.
see,
But
this is my favorite part about this is legitimately all I put on the bottom was please support this movie. Aid is the only person because people don't know this about this movie that we're maybe going to be talking about or not, I guess, the way I like to say it all the time, which is basically
hmm,
the gross money that's coming from this is supposed to help I think it's medical bills for people like whatever it grosses is supposed to come back and help that. So
Yeah, like unpaid medical expenses. So yeah, 5 million I think goes to it. So there you go. Yeah, go support Toxie so you save how corrupt our medical insurance system is.
well,
yeah.
see, and I didn't give away all the surprises because guess who is joining us today, everybody?
Ooh.
Ooh, who?
What?
Our
What?
Douglas.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
dude.
yeah.
Dude.
Welcome
Yeah.
back, Doug.
Well, thanks. I feel good to be back. It's like a second home being back in here. But yeah, I hope all you mutant goons have been El Goodo because I've really missed being on here, and it feels really good. So, I got some sinuses up here. I got bags under the bags of my eyes, but it's good to be back. I've been swamped, busy,
Yeah.
but I had to come back because I think one of the first when I first started slashers, it was Toxic Avenger that brought us together.
Oh,
And
wow.
so here we are, all these years and eons later. The new Toxic Avenger remake is here, and I've seen it twice. Second time was drunk and high, so I crossfaded with my brother. So
Nice.
Perfect. Yeah,
Love it.
and it would just be blasphemous if we recorded without you for the Toxic Avenger remake.
Yeah.
oh yeah, well no, you guys are doing good stuff. I've been watching your stuff like in the corner, like yeah, let's just see what they're doing. Like you guys did Dead Heat, which I really love too. I'm like, oh yeah, I fucking love Dead Heat.
The Lance, someone liked it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but no, it's so good to be back with you guys on here. You know what I mean? I didn't change my background here, but in the background there's a 24/7 live stream for Labor Day weekend for the Toxic Avenger on Troma's YouTube, and that's in like celebration of the new movie that's out. Because even though it's Labor Day weekend, you could give birth to the new Toxie, so it's basically Toxie weekend.
Yeah.
Nice. I
So
love it.
yeah.
And it is September 1st, so officially we're in Halloween season. So I am taking my decorations out at this moment. And oh yeah, I forgot to mention because this is why I brought up this earlier when I thought it was Lance who posted the special hint. My co-host for my other podcast, Graveyard Guys, responded to it and he messaged me. He was like, "Y'all are so mean to Lance." And I was like, first of all, I was like, "It's just me." And he goes, "No, Aid's mean to him too." And I said, "Okay, you're right. But honestly, the straights have it coming." He was like, "You're so real for that." So
Everyone's mean to Lance. You're like Bill Dotree from King of the Hill.
Poor Bill, bless his heart. Oh,
Yeah, I think I was watching one of your guys' episodes, and like Lance was going on like a 5 minute ramble, and then Mike was just like, "Lance, nobody cares,"
oh.
or something like that. I'm like, oh, dick move.
What is
mean-
it? It was no, because the The Last King of the Hill that I just watched because I'm rewatching all the new ones. Bill is working at a barber shop in a black barber shop with all the black
Mhm.
people, right? And he's telling them about his wife and everything. And like it dawns on Hank that his wife, Bill's wife, is Peggy. Can you?
Yeah, and he lies to it. Yeah, and then she goes to they say, "Oh,
Yeah.
Peggy died."
So then to tell them he doesn't have a wife, he just kills Peggy and he has a whole funeral at the house.
Nice. I love it.
No,
I
that
haven't
new
seen
season
that
was
show.
great. Oh, you gotta see it. It's great, and it's Texas, Mikey. You gotta have the Texas spirit.
I didn't even know it was Texas. I was like, what's the hill?
Oh my
Ooh.
God.
He's like, what hills?
But
Um,
also, to be fair, I mean to everyone. So Lance is not special because
Yeah.
there you go.
Even
be
being
fair-
mean to me, she can't
be-
give me it.
To be fair, before we hit record, the way Lance speaks to me,
Mm.
Oh,
the number of slurs that
Oh
come out
my
of his
God.
mouth.
Never say these things.
Mhm.
If anything, I'm more complimentary to him when we're not recording. And he's like, sure, fine.
It's because he wants stuff. He always wants something.
Mm.
Not
do you do
that, you
the
pervert.
ooh the hentai face? Ooh you?
Oh, I thought you were talking about docking. Do you do the?
No, that's like no docking. No.
Oh my God. What is happening? Anyways, this is fitting because we are speaking trauma today. But since Doug is here and Toxie is technically his baby because he's got multiple Toxic Avenger tattoos.
Oh well, here's this. Yeah, I got this tattoo for the new movie, and this was like 2 months before it came out. And they're like, you're getting a tattoo for a movie you haven't seen. I'm like, yes.
I
Correct.
know. I was
The
worried because
breakthrough.
I was like, I hope this doesn't bomb. And Doug just got that tattooed for nothing.
I mean, it might bomb, but at least he loved it.
Oh no, I knew exactly what. As soon as I heard there was piss play in it, I was like, okay, yes, I'm into
Well,
this.
I also didn't realize that it's not a wide release. I thought it was just being released in general this weekend, but we have 3 Alamo draft houses near me, which they usually just show everything, but only one of them was playing the Toxic Avenger, and it was one that like wasn't super close to me. So I was like, that's weird. So, and then that's when I realized that it was like a limited release.
Yeah, it's at all AMC's. In fact, Cineverse put it out, so it had the same release that like Terrifier 2 and 3 had.
Well, Terrifier 2 and 3 went like almost everywhere. 'Cause we
Yeah,
saw
some
that-
of them didn't have it though. So I mean, well, maybe it's different in Texas, but California, Toxie's everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, Florida's pretty decent. I mean, as in the times aren't as great, but it is at pretty much everywhere.
Yeah. Well, here's the interesting thing about this movie because I would tell people, oh, I'm going to go to the movies. And they're like, what are you going to watch? And I was like, The Toxic Avenger. And they're like, oh my God, I love it. Blah, blah, blah. And of course, like my friend that I watch all of the, what is it? The nostalgic movies with, because BT Dubs, quick announcement, they're doing another Death Stalker. And I don't know if you guys know this about me, but Death Stalker is the one bro movie that I absolutely wet my panties for. And I am so ready for that new one. Anyways, so we went to go see Toxic Avenger, and everybody was like, "Oh my God, I remember, the Toxic Crusaders. I remember being little and watching it, yada yada yada." Funny that they made a children's cartoon out of a movie where he's like, "I've never fucked a blind girl before." So
No, he didn't say that. He's like, I never cornholed me a blind bitch.
same, Doug. I apologize in advance. I still haven't seen the movie you've given me.
Mikey, how
You've never
dare
seen
you?
Never seen Toxic?
He's,
Oh, wow.
he's never seen the first one, so
You
like I
didn't
don't
watch
know.
the first one. It's on Shutter.
My house almost burned down. And the guy that I
More
went
of a
with,
reason.
my friend that I went with, Cody, when he knew I didn't watch the first one, he's like, "Oh, do you need to borrow it?" And I was like, "No, Doug already gave it to me. I just haven't seen it yet."
I thought, yeah, I gave you a Blu-ray of
I
that.
know
Oh my
you
God.
didn't.
Here, yeah, he's his own copy. It's on Shutter. It's on everything and the Trauma Network or whatever. And Mikey still will not watch it.
Nevertheless, but that was the first reaction from people, and then a day went by, and the second reaction I was getting from people was like, "What's that?" And I was like, "What do you mean, what's that? Like, do you not remember?" And these weren't like young people; these were like, so it was very strange. I had a bunch of people like, "Oh my God, that's so cool!" And then a day went by, and then the next group of people was like, "I don't know what that is." They thought it was the Avengers.
Oh yeah, well, that's been a funny story here because in California at least, because it's at all AMC's and all that. But it's Labor Day weekend, so some grandparents are like, "I'm gonna take my kids to go to the Avengers movie. This looks like a good Marvel movie, the Toxic Avenger." And they don't know anything about it. They go and see it, and they walk out in the first 15 minutes. So
That was a story that I heard. That was a lot of people were walking out of the movie, but maybe that's what it was just maybe like
yeah,
incidents
because
like
they
that.
thought it was like a super like Marvel or something. So
Yeah,
they're
well,
like, "What the fuck?"
well, that actually is a good place to start. We'll just kind of give a before I let you all go off the rails and talk about the movie. Um, So let me just pull up the IMDb page real quick. So this movie was actually made in 2023. It just took forever to be released. I think it was released on Fantastic Fest, and I remember it getting like really good reviews and people being like, "No, this is amazing." So the original Toxic Avenger, if you haven't seen it like me, I know enough to know that it's a nerdy high school kid who they like to emphasize he's 90 pounds and he like falls into sludge and then he comes out
The
muscled and
Toxic Avenger.
yeah, and he like, he avenges people that have been wronged or whatever. So in this one, we have Peter Dinklage playing the titular Toxic Avenger. We also have Jacob Tremblay, who is his stepson, who is actually doing quite a bit in the horror world. Um, we have Kevin Bacon, and there was someone else. Oh, Lance, what are you doing?
Nothing.
Lance, is that you?
And
What?
Elijah Wood. This isn't an ASMR video, Lance. Quit your shit.
What are you doing? Just stop it. Stop. Stop.
I'm not doing anything.
Yes, you are. We see you doing it.
talking. I'm not doing it.
We're looking at you.
You can look at me all you want.
This is
I'm just
not a
doing
bit.
anything.
Mm-hmm. Oh, and now he's gonna eat. Okay.
Oh my God. Mute your goddamn mic, please.
The one time your mic doesn't mute by itself is when it needs to. But anyways, so there's other people involved, but those are kind of like the main famous people. So everybody was kind of surprised when we have Kevin Bacon, yada yada yada. And so, from my understanding, it was told back when I think Poltergeist came out and Lloyd Kaufman was kind of touring it in different theaters. He announced that they sold rights to Toxic Avenger to a Hollywood studio to be made into like a Hollywood film. And it was kind of met with like a kind of groan, but he was like, "Homies, this is how we're going to fund the next decade of movies for you guys." And then everybody was clapping. So that could be hearsay, but that's what I heard. And that's what I'm saying. So go ahead, Aiden.
No, I was just wondering if Doug
Oh.
knew the answer to that question.
Oh yeah, well, no, a lot of hearsay was put around it, because no distributor wanted to pick it up for some reason. I guess they're like, well, this isn't the audience we want. But Cineverse picked it up, so that's what took so long. They couldn't find it. They said they were making. I guess it's a lie, but they said it was unreleasable. I'm like,
Well,
Okay, now I would say that Poultrygeist is unreleasable.
well,
No
Poltergeist
offense.
was not being released globally. Like
Exactly.
Poltergeist had like, you know how Roger says he wants to tour meat? That's what they were doing with Poltergeist. It was not showing on behest of the theaters. Um,
well, if you think Poultrygeist is unreleasable, Poultrygeist 2 is coming soon. Me and my brother, we were in part 2.
Starring Doug.
Yeah, no,
Let
we
me-
were in there, and trust me, there was a guy masturbating in hot dogs, people throwing up all over the place. Like maybe I think I got syphilis or something because people were throwing up on each other. So
Oh, good God.
That's not syphilis, that's giardia. But let me just tell you, Poltergeist is my favorite trauma movie. Another fun fact you may not know about me.
Oh my God.
And I love this audio of Lance doing something still. But
Lance, mute your mic.
I'm not doing anything. What are you talking
Yes, you
about?
are.
what's
You're-
in your hands? What is
What's in your
Lance?
hand?
Nothing.
Mhm.
You're such a freaking liar. And see, this is why we're mean to him, everyone, because he's
Yeah,
a child.
because he doesn't listen.
What are you talking about?
Doug is the special guest. Stop stealing the spotlight.
I'm not stealing any
Then why are
spotlight.
you making
What are
me-
you-
I'm enjoying this. I'm
Finger
just
blasting over there.
chilling.
I'm excited about Doug and his role with his brother and Poltergeist 2.
What? I'm sorry. What was the name of that?
Poltergeist 2.
Guys, too.
The Poltergeist 2.
Other people putting their fluids all over the place, and poor Doug over here, he might be,
Yeah, they're like, do you mind laying down on the floor here? And all these 7 people are gonna drink this Alka-Seltzer, eat this corn and green slime, and they're gonna puke on your face, and you have your mouth open screaming. So they were puking in my mouth.
Oh my God, they were legitimately puking.
Yeah. Well,
No, it's the
food
Alka-Seltzer
stuff,
foam.
but it made people gag. I'm like, I think there was a little bit of puke in there because you know how puke kind of tastes like soda.
Ew.
No.
So does Poltergeist 2 we know. Age should know back at Louis' Pub, but or whatever it's called. Just kidding. Will's Pub.
Okay, that was Lance's pub anyway. Who cares?
Yeah. Was Poltergeist 2 same people that made 1, or is it a new?
No, it's a lot of Trauma people, but it's not Lloyd directing. It's Mercedes the Muse. I guess that's what she goes by.
Okay.
So, yeah, I was in another one of her movies, but I don't know when that's ever coming out. It was the mansploitation one, so you had to just be naked and show your dick and get killed. So
Fun. Well, that's very Trauma-esque, and I think one of the reasons why this movie wasn't going to get picked up is because it is Trauma-esque. And one of my things that I was kind of like on the fence about was, does the Trauma vibe work on a Hollywood scale? Did Hollywood do it right? Was it cringy? Because, Trauma we give a lot of passes to. They make stupid jokes, they do stupid things, but it's like, well, this is Trauma. It's like the drunk uncle on Thanksgiving. You just let him have a pass. But there were some times in this when I was like, don't try so hard. Like, you can't create the same magic as Trauma when you have Kevin Bacon as your villain.
yeah, there's a few jokes that for me I'm like because the first night I seen it, it was at a single theater. Me and Yahira saw it, and we had the whole place to ourselves, so we saw it that night. But the second one, when we had a bigger crowd, where I went drunk and high, like people were laughing at there was even this bizarre reference later on in the movie that to where the wild things are. And it's just like, what the fuck? And some people laughed behind me. They got it. I'm like, I didn't even get that.
I didn't get it. I don't think I got it.
When Kevin Bacon turns into a spoiler alert into his
his final form.
His final form. Yeah, he says something, but I guess it's like a reference to where the wild things are.
Yeah, I didn't. But now that you say that, he does look like the monster from the cover. But first, let's talk about Peter Dinklage. People were first kind of like not feeling it when they announced that he was the Toxic Avenger because, spoiler alert, Peter Dinklage is a little person. But I'm like, I haven't even seen the original, and I know they're very much Melvin. Melvin, is that his name?
Melvin, yeah, in the first one.
Yeah,
Melvin. Yeah, Melvin is 90 pounds. And I was like, okay, so they're emphasize how little he is. So like, okay, we're gonna get a little person. All of a sudden people have a problem with it. So I didn't mind the recasting or the casting of Peter Dinklage. How do you guys think he did? I will say, I think he did great. I love him. He was a little problematic for me in the beginning, not in this movie, but just because he said the whole like, I forgot what exactly it was, paraphrasing. I'm sorry if this is incorrect, but something along the lines of, you shouldn't. What was it? Something about like hiring little people to play dwarves.
Oh, the Seven Dwarfs thing.
Something like that. But I was like, but you got famous for playing a dwarf in Game of Thrones, so like that's very.
Yeah, which I think my theory is that he doesn't want any other little people to be taking his job.
Well, and I wouldn't be shocked at that because I feel like little people, and I'm not a little person, but they do get typecast, right? But like, what other little people do we know besides Peter Dinklage? We know Warwick Davis. And that's
Bridget the midget, but she does piss porn.
Oh my god. No, there's also the guy who plays, I forget his name, but he played the new Leprechaun. He was Vern Troyer's kind of like not mentor, but the opposite. Where he
is there a comedian too out there that is a small person? He's pretty fucking funny too.
The black guy with the goatee.
Well, not that one, and there's a white dude as well. That are comedians, but I mean, like, it's kind of weird to have somebody like tell you that it's problematic to take these roles, but you know what I mean. But at the same time, it's people like.
So what he said was that Peter Dinklage said that the movie shouldn't hire actors with dwarfism as fantasy dwarves, even though the only major franchises in the last 20 years to cast little people as the dwarves both hired Peter Dinklage. So, oh wait, that's a Reddit post. Just kidding. Well, that's a good point. But he has criticized the ongoing use of actors with dwarfism to play dwarves in fantasy movies, particularly citing the Disney Snow White remake as fucking backwards for failing to move beyond outdated stereotypes. But they're dwarves, aren't they?
Yeah, I mean, I think the condition is dwarf
Well, there's
dwarfism.
nano, midget.
Well,
yeah.
you can't say midget anymore. It's little person, right? But
If
there's
I was a midget, or every little bit.
Oh my God.
Call me a midget.
but there,
Well,
you know what? Gen Z was saying midget to me recently, and she said it like 3 times, and I just sat there like, are you fucking kidding me? Like,
yeah.
I wouldn't even say that, and I'm a millennial. I mean, I just said it a bunch of times. Sorry.
Well, I think that Peter Dinklage is a really good actor. I think he says this because he has been blessed to be able to play roles where his size isn't the main focus. Because the first time I saw him was on 30 Rock, I believe, with Tina Fey. And I was like, he's cute.
Well, the first time I saw him was Alf, remember? And he
Say that again.
One more time.
Yeah.
He wasn't really acting. He was really getting all the anger out right there with Will Ferrell. But I mean, what's the other way that they have small people though? They do the thing that they did in Lords of the Ring. You know what I mean? And it's like where they get regular size actors and then they just kind of do. I mean, do they get little people to play the body double in those situations? I don't even know, to be honest with you.
I mean, they probably do. Well, that's a funny, interesting thing about that because Peter Dinklage, like once he transforms into Toxie, it's Luisa Guerrera. I don't know her last name.
Guerrera, yeah.
Guerrera, yeah.
He doesn't do anything in the prosthetics, which I thought was kind of a little lame, honestly.
Well, I mean, that's how the original was. You don't have Melvin in the suit, so.
But also, it could also be if you're not used to all that prosthetic and how much that weighs on you, and like if you're not a stunt person, you shouldn't be doing stunts. And I can imagine wearing that suit, needing special abilities or skills, or like being used to or knowing what to expect to be able to run, jump, do all that stuff. I thought he looked great as well, the character, because I know it wasn't him, but I thought the character of Toxie after he transforms was super cute and he looked really good. Did you like the way he looked?
I did. Yeah, I liked him a lot. It's different. It looks more like the cartoon, if anything.
Yeah.
Right. Did you guys see the thing I sent you guys about him talking about the situation where I guess supposedly what it was because they were filming in Bulgaria, and I guess the heat was like 109 or 6 or something like that he was saying, but like basically he was trying to say that he's like, I really like prosthetics, I don't really mind it, it wasn't a big deal to me to do it, but then I was convinced by everybody not to do it because of so and forth and so on. But I'm like, okay, yeah, you're saying that, but then this woman who's killing it, you know what I mean? And then basically I think he said he got dressed so she could see a lot of his mannerisms in the costume and how he would react and move, and then basically she emulated those reactions and movements and whatnot, which is cool and all that, but at some point you're kind of like, oh, okay, so really all you did was the human form of Toxie, and this girl killed it as Toxie.
I didn't even know it wasn't him, so she did a really good job. I thought it was him with the contact on.
Well, he does play the voice, so you can't say that he doesn't do anything to contribute to Toxie because he is playing the voice. So don't blink at me because you like voiceovers, right?
Yeah,
I do love voiceovers, but that's not the same. I mean,
oh my God!
But is it?
Oh shit!
I know.
He's using me to be me. Doug, what do you think, though? I mean, honestly, though,
using me to be me.
No, he gave the voice. Honestly, like since I love the original so much, and even the other sequels, yeah, it's the same thing. They paid tribute to that. They're like, we're gonna have a different actor play it and have him voice over. So yeah, no, I thought Peter Dinklage did a really good job. He was very sympathetic. One thing I when I was watching it, I'm like, I relate to this so much is when he's calling the insurance company and he's like, speak to an agent. It's like, do you
Oh,
want to speak
Oh
to
yeah,
an agent? You know how many times I've had to fucking do that? Like, and like that's so fucking real.
the
that's the real
platinum
horror.
tier.
Yeah, they're
Yeah,
like,
Oh
oh no,
yeah.
your tier is not.
He's
I
like,
don't know
no,
what
you need
that
the gold tier.
means.
Isn't platinum more than gold?
dude,
I know.
that was very sympathetic. Like he did that. Like I almost like you could probably see every poor person probably going, oh.
Yeah.
Hmm.
And it's sad because like so the first Toxie is in the same vein, right? Like it's a commentary on how people are being, mistreated and taken advantage of because they're weaker, right? Which
Hmm.
the old Toxic Avenger,
Yeah.
showcases. And this one, it's more of like you know, obviously we as the being treated like plebes by the billionaire companies that don't give a fuck about us and are just basically will let us die before they were to help us.
Yeah.
And like you can say what you want about these movies, but they do make a statement. And it I don't know how I feel like this one I really enjoyed it. I like the old one. Do I like, I mean, but I also like the bringing it into Hollywood because like the things that you can't, because one thing about trauma, and I know I'm going off the rails here, but the one thing about trauma that I always have an issue with is the length of these movies
Mm.
because they're too fucking long for what they are. Like,
Yeah.
let's trim it up a little bit. Like, why is this movie so long? Because Lloyd doesn't want to throw anything away, probably. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, we shot this fucking scene. We're gonna fit it in somewhere.
Yeah.
Well, we
Well,
paid for it. I get it. So I get it. But at the same time, like, I think that most, not every movie, but most like bigger budgeted film is usually more careful with what they keep in and what they don't because you don't want to lose people either.
yeah.
Right.
Yeah. And
Hey, Mikey, out of curiosity, since you didn't see the first one, do you like? I guess I mean, this was because this is brand new to you, and obviously, like all of us. But
Mhm.
without having that background, I mean, does it feel like? Do you want to see the other one initially now, or do you feel like it'll hinder your?
No, I've always wanted to see the original one. I think the only thing that I felt like I was missing is like, oh, I don't know like what reference. Like I know one of the characters was named Melvin in the new one. I forgot which. Oh, I think the guy, the mentor of the girl, like the main girl, that's like his sidekick. I
Hmm.
think
Yeah,
his name was Melvin. So I was like, okay, I kind of like get that. But I was like, I wonder if there's anything else that I may be missing that could plug it in. But no, I do want to see the original one. I'm just a busy ass hoe.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. I mean, didn't they have the Nukem High reference as well
they
to this?
did.
Yeah.
Yeah, the high school. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, actually, this brings a question. That bird. I loved it. I was like, oh, are they doing like a little homage to Poultry Guys, or is that bird in the first one too?
No, that bird's not in the first one.
Yeah,
I love
no.
that bird.
Yeah, it's
The bird was
Poultrygeist.
the bird was the star, but it was very reminiscent of
It
Poltergeist. So
was
I
so
thought it was like because I felt like the whole movie was making little nods at different trauma movies, right? Like
yeah,
Nukem High kept getting mentioned, but they don't spell it the same, right?
yeah. Well,
And then
they didn't even say Tromaville. It was Saint Roma.
Saint Roma, but like the S
Yeah.
would be like blurred out, so it'll just look like trauma.
And I was wondering, is that to be funny or is that for legal reasons? I would assume they could use it if they bought the rights, but I don't
Yeah,
know.
it's probably
Lloyd was
something.
in the movie.
Yeah, no, it's probably something because I don't think Troma really cares about legal rights and stuff.
Yeah.
But they're probably just like, this is a different universe.
Well,
So,
and also too, maybe they only sold because I mean it's the same thing when you're like dealing with specific things at Hollywood Horror Nights, for example. Like you may have the rights just to the character, but nothing else, right?
Yeah.
So we have Toxie, and which by the way, we actually had Matt Torgel who plays Melvin in the first Toxic Avenger. He is in one of our episodes of Slashers podcast. So if you guys want to rewind
Oh,
back
cool.
5 years or so, please feel free to listen
Let's get
to
him
that
back.
episode. Doug, I think were you there?
I think so. Yeah.
I think Doug was there. I
Yeah, because he was
can't.
recording in his garage. Yeah, I remember that.
Yes, Doug was there. And that's like, and I wasn't on that episode because I thought this is Doug's thing, right? So, because like I wasn't well versed into trauma. I only learned about trauma from you all when I started doing, Slashers podcast. So here we are.
Um, my
Um,
favorite gag. Oh, go ahead.
no, go ahead.
My favorite gag that they did, which I'm assuming they did in the original one because I feel like I've seen it before, is when Peter Dinklage is getting his diagnosis and he's like, "Well, you have," and then you hear all the construction going on in the background. Did they do that in the original one?
No, they didn't do anything like that, but yeah.
Because I've seen it before where that they do that, and I thought it was Tron. Maybe maybe it was Class of Nukem High. Something happens where it's like instead of explaining something scientific, you just can't hear.
Just yeah,
But I do have a confession to make.
see, senor.
The lead singer of this ICP-T type band they have there could fucking get it.
I knew it. I knew that was gonna be the dude.
He was
It's
a
like-
little too trailer for me. I don't
You're
know.
like cuckoo cuckoo. No, yeah, he
And
was
you-
good though. I like the ICP reference, the new metal. That's what it is.
Yeah.
It was ICP, new metal, like everything rolled into
They were
one.
called, what were they called? The Nasty Nuts or something like
The
that?
Killer
the killer
Nuts.
nuts.
The killer, no, the Nasty no,
No,
who's
it's the
no?
Killer Nuts, right?
I
The
think
killer
so.
nuts. The nasty lads were the people shooting up the, which is funny now. Like this was made 2 years ago, but the nasty lads were the people shooting up the restaurant because they changed the logo.
Yeah.
I know, and I was like, this is happening
is
right
Cracker
now.
Barrel.
Cracker Barrel. It's
I
so
know.
crazy.
But this is what's insane, right? Because only horror can get away with these overt like references and still be relevant now because the same shit is still happening. This is insane.
I know. I
But,
mean,
like-
no one's shooting anything up, but still, it's.
Oh,
I'll give it
yeah.
a little bit.
Just kidding.
They were mad because they changed the gender of the logo.
And that's my thing too, is that it's so bad. Like watching Class of Nukem High now, especially with the shooting at the end. Like you can't do that anymore, right? Like you can't do that anymore. But I love that this movie still included that scene in the restaurant, right? Because that's where he meets his blind girlfriend, but
In the first one, yeah.
in the first one.
Yeah.
But I love how they
Ma-
incorporated her character like her in this one and the way that they
Yeah.
did. Because it makes sense that like Matt Torkel, like, Melvin would want a girlfriend, but like at this point, like Peter Dinklage has already been through enough in his life and he's dying. So like he's not worried about a girlfriend, although I think he might get with what's her face in that movie.
Detective.
What was
The
her
black girl
name?
he was running around with, what's her name?
Right.
The
JJ?
vigilante girl. Like, what's your
JJ?
reason for this? She's like, oh, I'm
Oh,
just
no.
angry.
Not
Yeah.
the vigilante girl, but the blind detective. Because remember in
Well, that's who we're talking about, Lance.
Well, no, some of you were talking about the other girl, the main girl,
Mm-mm.
the
No,
vigilante.
I was talking about the main girl. He's not gonna get with her.
No, the blind girl from the restaurant who ends up being the detective.
Oh, she's like the FBI agent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she looked really familiar. Her voice, I was like, I know her from somewhere. Let me see if I can find out where she's from.
Oh yeah, let me look. There's a lot of people like Annette Badland is in it, and she's in a shit ton of things.
Yeah. And one thing now that I remember it here, I gotta say too, like for the people that with all the homages to trauma and stuff, this movie had a great aesthetic because it reminded me, like the whole movie just reminded me of a dirty, sticky bar, kind of like Lance's bar, like where everything's just like like Peter Dinklage's house, you know what I mean, or the area where they live at
Yeah.
like I loved it. I love that it's very punk rock, and you could tell the director is like, I go to mosh pit shows and listen to vinyl. So
So that Macon Blair, he's in the movie, right? I think
He
Lance
is,
was saying
yeah.
something about that. Okay, that was funny. When she goes home and he's like, "Oh, they kicked my ass," I was dying. Like there was a lot of like really like genuinely funny moments in this movie, and the gore and the practical effects were amazing. Like I enjoyed it.
Okay, let's go ahead and talk about that.
Okay,
I'm
we'll
glad you
talk
brought it
about
up.
that. Because I know
The
Mikey's
bird-
gonna poo-poo on something.
The bird was great. The bird masterclass in puppetry and practical effects. The CGI gore, I know it was probably a constraint, but this is also why we didn't like the newest Evil Dead movie. It's like Trauma doesn't really do CGI gore. So when I see his mop slicing people, like the first time it was cool when it happens at the restaurant, but like when he killed the hot ICP guy with like the brain stuff, I was like,
that looked a little rough, yeah.
yeah, I was like, it looks really fake. And I just wish, like, one of the things that you should take from Trauma is even if they're shitty like the bird, just there's practical effects.
Well,
That was
yeah,
my only gripe.
the verb is great. No, I mean, yeah, I mean, there are like places with CGI, but there's a trauma movie we did years ago, Doug. I don't know if you remember Father's Day.
Yeah, I remember Father's Day. Yeah.
So Father's Day does have a lot of CGI gore in it too, right? And am I crazy? There's a lot of CGI in
It
it.
did. Yeah. But
Okay.
they made it look bad. It was the same director that did The Void, so they kind of like I
Oh,
said, like
you're
I like,
kidding.
yeah, so I liked Father's Day.
Oh.
But that's what took me out of it too when I seen it was when they had the CGI gore. I'm like, come on, guys, come on.
Yeah, and that was bad, but that was like it's shocking to see Trauma do that, right? Because I mean, they're so used to be like, because even if it's not like okay, like a slicing off a head, right? Trauma does such a wonderful job, and Doug can attest to this, to making disgusting things, right? Like happen. And apparently people are vomiting on him in a movie,
I was gonna
right?
say, bet you wish that was fucking VI.
Well, but yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I mean, some of those things, like, we probably wouldn't want them to be, real, but I guess they were. So, I mean, I don't know. Like, I think that it still did away with trauma. I think it did justice to trauma because it was over in some ways. There were nasty parts. There were gross fucking characters. The head when they took the chicken hat off.
Oh yeah,
Oh.
you're like a little baby.
The baby thing. That was funny.
What the fuck was that? I'm dying.
Well, that was a little nod to part two because remember when Toxie goes to Japan and he's like fighting the fish head guy and
That's so
And
funny.
we did part 4 on the show, and I was like, I don't think I ever saw part 3, but I was like, part 4 wasn't bad.
no, I mean that's the movie starts off with a special needs school shooting. So what
Oh my god.
Well,
Yeah,
exactly. But you know what?
sign
It
me
is
up.
bad. You're right.
Oh my gosh.
yeah, and then there's like the abortion set, like you know what I mean. Like I wish I know they couldn't do it for a Hollywood one, but I wish they dived more into like Citizen Toxie, like where it's like school shootings, abortion clinics, people having cheese fetishes and gross stuff. Like because I still think Citizen Toxie is one of the nastiest movies I've ever seen.
Yeah, but it's a good movie. Like, I'm not gonna say I didn't like, I mean, would I have watched it on my own? Absolutely not. But I have to watch things because this is my job, right, Mikey?
Mhm.
And
Yes.
it's I can take the good with the bad, and like I could find something good in that. Like, there are some movies that we watch where I'm just like, oh my God, kill me. But I can't say that about every trauma movie we've watched. So that's saying a lot by some of the stinkers that are out there right now. So there's that.
Yeah, well, let me ask you, did you like this better than The Strangers, Chapter 1?
Oh my God. Anything is better than the straight. First of all, you can't even put that in the same category, the Strangers chapter, Brett Douglas.
Well, I just
Wow,
remember you
John.
guys said like that was the worst movie ever.
Oh God, did you watch it?
I didn't know. I was just curious.
No, you should watch it later, and then you're gonna be like, "You're fucking right. Why would I waste my
Yeah.
life?" And speaking of movies, I hate it. I have my mommy's
Mommy's
with the
with the
maggots shirt because I too was excited for the new Evil Dead before it came out, and I preemptively bought the shirt, and then the movie sucked. No offense, Doug. I know you liked it, but
Yeah, no, I liked watching it again. I liked the mom.
Yeah, she's
Yeah.
the best thing of
she's
Yeah.
and she's
like,
on
she's
the
actually
shirt.
great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The movie's just but I don't know if you guys knew this. I saw her in the credits and I was like, who was she? Jane Levy's in this. Speaking of Evil
Jane
Dead.
Levy's in it. Oh, that's
Yes.
what I saw.
She apparently played the cheerful insurance agent.
Did they cut
She's
her?
just the voice.
Because I
Oh,
don't
she's the
even.
voice.
She
I
must
thought-
just be the
voice.
voice.
But if she was, it usually has parentheses that says voice. And so I don't know if maybe they showed her and well, because it's not rated. So unless they left it on the editing floor, but I was like, where was she?
I didn't see her. I know when I saw her, I was like, Jane Levy was in this fucking movie. So she's the voice. Okay, that makes sense. Because by the way, Jane Levy's amazing. She's actually going to be at Spooky Empire, I think, this year.
I'm sorry, that's golden tier.
Oh yes, Golden Tier. or
Yeah, I
whatever,
wonder if
but
that's her.
That's got to be her, right?
That's
Oh
got to
my
be
God.
her cheerful insurance agent. Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
if I end up meeting her at Spooky Empire, I'll be like, bitch, what the fuck did you do in this movie? Because we were all
Yeah.
looking for you and we saw your name. And now we're
Why don't you tell us, Julie goes, I had a big part. They
she's
took
gonna
me
be
out.
like, she'll be like, just go back and watch again.
Yeah, right.
Maybe she's a big Toxic Avenger fan. She's like, let me be something in this movie, please.
Well,
I mean, that's very possible. I mean, you see
she
it all the
hasn't done a
time.
lot of, I mean, she did that other Fede Alvarez movie, but like since that, what has she really done horror based? Because I know that she had a hard time doing the first Evil Dead, which brings us back to Toxic Avenger, this movie, right? Because I wonder, Luisa Guerrera, who plays Toxie as Toxie and not Peter Dinklage, I wonder just like how much she had to deal with because that was a lot, like a
Yeah, and then
lot.
especially in Bulgaria, 100-degree heat with all that, like
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
just
But I
poor.
think that's what she does because when I clicked her IMDb page, she was also in Snow White. Um,
Was she a dwarf?
she was she in Snow White. She was oh never mind, artisan. Um,
Because she's how tall is she? Does it say her
maybe
height?
she's.
She's probably Peter Dinklage size.
I was gonna say she might be Peter Dinklage's stand-in because in Wicked she's listed as additional crew and in parentheses it says Peter Dinklage, so she might actually just work with him a lot.
Mm.
Oh, that could be. I mean, because like I was thinking, I'm like, I know this is terrible. My friend Taylor is very short, so I'm like, oh my God, Taylor could do that.
Yeah, tell Taylor. It's like, why don't you do Toxic Avenger Part 2?
I
Oh,
know.
snap. Did you guys hear it? Speaking a little bit about Evil Dead 2 writer Scott Spangle died.
Scott
Yeah, which is
Spiegel.
weird because I thought
Yeah.
he died a while ago.
Oh my
Did you
God, just
really?
like I thought Jerry Springer was alive, I
Yeah.
guess. I don't know.
I don't know how you didn't know Jerry Springer died.
I
Good
didn't
lord.
know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, so what did he die from?
It didn't say. They just went through a running thing. I saw
Probably getting slapped around from Evil Dead 2, all those concussions.
yeah, maybe, yeah. Yeah, no, I think he was like 68 or something like that. And it didn't really say specifically. I mean, I'm sure it's cancer.
Oh, it's a cute picture of him and Sam Raimi that they have on the thing.
Well, they
Oh,
supposedly all met in junior high, like him and Bruce Campbell and everything like that. Like that's like
Yeah,
Bruce
because they
Campbell.
were all college friends when they
yeah.
made Evil Dead. So
They all lived in like a house together. I remember with Kathy Bates and what's the other bitch? Or I'm sorry.
The
Why
other
did I say
bitch.
that? The other bitch.
Yeah,
Oh
the
my
other
God.
bitch.
I don't know why I said that. I'm very sorry. I have to cut that out.
Age
It's
true
That's
colors are fine. How many?
she has a small part. We couldn't believe it. Remember we were talking about this when she was in The Burning. What's her name? Um,
the girl from Jurassic Park,
no,
Laura Dern.
not Laura Dern. Holly Hunter. Holly Hunter. So it was I think what right, Doug? Weren't you on that episode?
Yeah, but your guess is as good as mine. All I remember is the guy from Short Circuit was in there, Ben, and he shows his ass. So
Well, I mean,
Wait,
whatever.
is that
Yes,
the guy from Police
no,
Academy?
from The Burning. Yeah, Fisher
yeah,
Stevens is in
Fisher
there.
Stevens, but and that's when I watched The Burning. I'm like, holy shit, he's not Indian.
No, he was a cute little boy, and he had a good death too in that movie. But no, like at the time when Sam Raimi was filming Evil Dead, all of them, him and Kathy Bates, Holly Hunter, and like all these other well-known people all lived in a house together while they were like making these movies. And like, what the fuck? Like,
That's interesting.
how do you just live in a house, all these random ass
Well,
people?
it's just funny how like different, what we would consider different tier platinum and gold level talent live each other. Because like Lloyd Kaufman and Stan Lee, weren't they like buddies?
Yeah, they were. Mhm.
Yeah,
Oh.
one of them. I mean, rest in peace, Stan Lee, but he is like top tier filmmaker, not filmmaker, but writer, comic book writer, and so much of these billion-dollar movies are made from him. And then you have Lloyd Kaufman,
I know.
Oh.
Which we
and then we
met.
have Charles Band.
Charles Band, who married that girl that's like 30 years younger than him, that's in all his
Oh,
movies
man.
now.
Hey,
I'm
as
still
long as she's
annoyed
over
by
18,
that.
that's fine.
Ugh, ugh.
But speaking of, y'all mentioned earlier, the guy who made The Void also made, what did you say?
Father's Day.
Father's Day. Okay. So the guy who made The Void, just to bring it back to what I was mentioning earlier, he is going to be the guy that does Deathstalker, but he also did Psycho Gorman. I think Have y'all seen that?
Yeah, I
Psycho,
love Psycho Gorman. Yeah.
Psycho Gorman's really fun, and he's apparently a really good. Reading his little summary thing, he kind of reminds me of Damien Leone because he does special effects also. He did the special effects for In a Violent Nature, which, regardless of how you feel about that movie, that yoga scene is fucked up. Uh, he he did Psycho Gorman. He did Leprechaun Returns, which I think was a good one.
Hmm.
Thursday. So I think I might actually like this guy. His name is Steven Kostansky.
Yeah, no, I loved The Void, and so every time they do something new, I always try to like see it. Like Psycho Gorman, I'm one of those, but I didn't realize he did. I did not realize
Sexy
he did
Boys?
Father's Day because there's a really fucked up scene in Father's Day, isn't it?
Yeah, it's
I,
the father, the stepdad rapist who rapes dads.
yeah, he's like raping men in the movie. I mean,
I mean, it's trauma, so
it
I
is
don't expect
trauma.
anything else. Surprised it's not chickens or
I
something.
I don't even think I think that the other podcasts are doing they picked that movie out anyways, but I'm like, what? Like at that point, I realized like, what am I doing? Watching-
Which podcast?
Oh, I don't think they're a thing anymore. I don't know.
Oh, that reminds me.
After
That
Father's Day
reminds
did him
me.
in.
Speaking of men that look like the lead singer of the Rusty Nuts or whatever they're called, um, back to the film. It's an hour and 40 minutes, which is kind of long for a movie like this. Did y'all guys feel like it felt a little long in the tooth?
Um, no, because Citizen Toxic is an hour at that same time. Part 2 and 3 are an hour and 40 minutes. The first one's the only one that's like 80 minutes, and I'm like, yes, that's the perfect length.
Yeah.
You know.
I didn't think it was felt long at all because usually with trauma movies, I'll get to, and this is almost every trauma movie I watch, I'll get to like the like 3/4 of the way, and I'm like, it needs to end now. And of
Yeah.
course, it doesn't. It's got like a whole ending. No offense, Doc. I know you love trauma, but I'm
No,
just,
no, I think they're long sometimes too.
yeah, like Father's Day, for example, goes on way too long. Like the whole ending with Lloyd Kaufman being God or something. I don't even remember, but whatever. Like what is happening? And my thing is like you can only get away with it for so long because I feel like when we watch Trauma from yesteryear, like Toxie's a good movie, Class of Nukem High is a good movie, and then the movies that they distributed, like even Rabbit Grannies is great.
Yeah, I love
Grammys.
Rabbit Tias.
Rabbit Tias,
Beach Nazis trauma too, right?
Yeah,
Surf Nazis.
Surf Nazis must die. Yeah.
Oh, Will Keenan has reached out to me, and I keep telling you guys we probably should do. But if Doug, if you're ever available, I'd like for you to be around because yeah, I think you would ask the right questions to these people because I don't know what to say. But Mikey, Trent Haga,
Yeah.
so we'd have Will Keenan and Trent Haga have like a little reunion for Terra Firma because how many years would this be? 25?
I don't know who Will
Are we
Keenan is.
25 years from Terra Firma? Oh my God.
Oh shit. Well, when we have him on there, can you tell Jerry? It's like, do you like my stump penis?
Oh my God.
Well, before we
Oh yeah, we need to
move towards the end, Doug, is there anything you wanted to talk about regarding this movie?
No, so this one here, like I said, like it played at all AMC's here. I bought the popcorn bucket.
Oh, I'm so jealous of that because I didn't go to the one that had one.
Yeah, no, my brother got one too. So we got the popcorn bucket.
Yeah. Keep
No,
rubbing it
I
in his
really
face.
appreciate it. Like the end, did you guys stay till the end credits? Like the very last one?
The grilled cheese.
Yeah, I fucking love grilled cheese. I'm like, oh, hey, they're making a little reference to grilled cheese. Oh, and I like that Toxie's eye pops out every now and then.
Oh
So,
yeah.
He uses it as like a vision
No.
thing.
yeah. But
Yeah.
coming from Toxie and Toxic Avenger and all that stuff, and then working on a few trauma things, and then, back when I was in high school, I even had Lloyd Kaufman in one of my short films.
Nice.
If you're an OG
17.
listener, you will know this story of
Yeah.
the bathroom scene with Doug.
Yeah, so it was kind of like
When he was
I was
16.
17. So Lloyd Kaufman in the bathroom with an underage kid at a convention. So that was fun.
I don't think he would have went in the bathroom with us, honestly. So good for you, Doug.
Yeah, no, it was a lot of fun, and he was down to do it. He's like yeah, just gotta edit this down a little bit, kid. So I was like, look, like I'm just like this is what got me into making films. So Toxic Avenger has like a big inspiration to me. And this movie, like I said, I feel like it is watered down and diluted compared to the at least part one and part four.
Yeah.
This is on terms of like the carnage and violence. It's on par with part two and three. Um, but overall, I'd say go see it. They're doing a good cause because they're giving that 5 million towards medical debt.
Yeah.
I think everyone did a good job. And the thing is, it's weird. So this is what we need more of, is like weird movies in the cinema. Like I just saw this one. I saw Weapons. I saw Bring Her Back, and all different in tone and stuff. And I'm just like, this is what we need, is fucking weird movies.
Yeah.
Not Marvel, not fucking, you know, all this other shit that's just getting regurgitated and stuff.
Mm.
And then
Yeah,
I think too, like, oh no, what were you gonna say?
No, I was gonna say I think it is. I agree. I think that people should watch it. I hope there, because they kind of tease the sequel, but it's like there's like caveats, like Toxic will return if this, if that, if we make this, if we make that. I think it would be nice for it to return because there's not really anything like when we were young. We had not Blue Moon, Full Moon, Trauma, all these like cheesy movies that we could watch and let our imaginations be like, that's crazy. The kids don't really have it these days. They just have people playing video games on
Yeah.
YouTube.
Mm-hmm. That's what I'm saying. Like stupid stuff like that. And just to see Toxic Avenger in the theater, like it, you know, a wider release here at AMC and people like, you know, taking pictures. I'm like, for me, I'm like, man, this is fucking amazing. I love this. And like I said, I wish there was more gore to me, like, because you know the first one, and nothing gets past that kid getting his head crushed under the car. And then the second one is just, I think there's gore like every 20-30 seconds or so,
Yeah.
or at least blood or something, you know what I mean? So but you know what I mean, like I thought Elijah Wood was good, his
Mhm.
club foot, his penguin looking ass.
Oh,
I
yeah,
like that
took
he
that-
like. I like he made like that he made a switch. Because in the when I saw the commercial, I thought he was like the main bad guy because he looks so evil and conniving, but he ends up being decent.
Well, you know, it's
Yeah.
like a commentary on the movie, right? Because even though the disgusting looking ones might be scary, they're not the real monsters, right? So,
Yeah, the real
oh,
monster was Kevin
themes.
Bacon injecting himself with Harambe blood. So.
I know. What was that?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
No, overall, I enjoyed it. I thought it was a lot of fun. I really did like it a lot. So, I mean, I hope you guys go and see it and support it. I think it deserves it. And I was hoping that Elijah Wood's production company had something to do with it, but I'm looking now and I don't see Spectre Vision on it. So
Really? I thought he did.
I thought he did too, but I guess
Well,
not.
Elijah Wood knows his cinema because Spectre Vision also put out The Greasy Strangler, and that's one of my favorites too. So Elijah Wood
We
knows
know.
his cinema. Yeah.
He does, and that's why I'm shocked that they didn't have a hand in this because why wouldn't they, right? But whatever. Anyways, Elijah, next movie.
I mean,
Thank you.
they could have just not asked him because he
Like,
could have just been an actor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I think he was more excited about that he was doing a Toxic Avenger movie in general. Like, I mean, he's a true fan, you know what I mean, in the sense of wanting to do it, even though I think he said he hadn't really gotten to see a lot of them till later on in his career or
Same.
his life. Yeah,
So that's a
exactly.
lot. I
Same,
mean, that was
Elijah.
me. So
Yeah.
I get it. Whatever.
Yeah.
So
Well, see, I feel like because I don't know much of the backstory on it, but I really feel like Elijah Wood was like, "Look, if they do a sequel, can you not make me a bad guy? Like, make me do the switch so I can come back for the sequel or something."
right.
I mean, his character was good. It wasn't just like, you know, he was kind of like the abused Igor
Yeah.
that actually has a decent heart, even though he's killed a bunch of people. um, but no, overall, I enjoyed it. There were parts that I was like, oh, I probably could shorten that a little bit. There were some parts that I feel Hollywood can't really do as well as Trauma in regards to the comedy, but that was very minor. The only complaints I had is the CGI blood and also Homegirl's hair. You got to gel down those flyaways, girl.
Oh yeah. I was
My
thinking
daughter
the
has hair.
same thing.
My daughter has the same kind of hair, and I'm like, your flyaways on the big screen? It's a big deal to me.
Well, I mean, yeah, like I get it. They don't have the budget to
Like,
do her
yes,
hair
Trauma.
because her
Well,
nails
may-
were chipping too. So
Yeah. Maybe they're like, "Oh, you know what? We are gonna fix this." She's like, "Shouldn't I fix this?" We're like, "No, we got to have someone uglier than Toxie here."
I mean, she wasn't ugly, but also maybe they're just trying to do because everybody was kind of like in the movie like some sort of poverty, you know.
Yeah,
I love-
like I said, they did a good job. Everything in this movie felt dirty, sticky, like grimy. So, you know,
I love the old lady.
Oh my
Oh,
gosh.
yeah.
That's
Oh, the old
funny.
lady. Yeah.
I wish she had more of a, because that to me that's trauma also, like the spunky old
She's from
people.
some other stuff,
Okay.
right?
Yeah.
Like I've seen her around before.
Oh my
She's done some
God.
stuff.
And when they threw the cat out the
Like,
window, I'm
and when
screaming.
Elisha, wait, no, when Peter Dinklage goes to get it and it's clearly a stuffed
It's a stuffed
animal.
animal.
Yeah. Well, see, if this was the first Toxie or part four, they would have thrown the cat out the window and like ran it over with the car. Like that's what
Yeah.
would have happened.
Yeah.
So I was hoping.
Uh,
I mean, not not
Not to the
advocating for it, but
cat.
that's what would have happened. In the first one, they shoot the blind
Not for
lady's dog.
real, not for real, but
Not
in
for
the
real, but
story it
yeah.
would have happened.
That's what
yeah,
would have
yeah.
happened if it was the first one or the fourth one. They would have ran over the cat.
Yeah,
I think that's what the
Lance,
thing about it. Oh, sorry.
I was gonna say Lance told me that people were like walking out after like 20 minutes. And so like when I was watching it, I was like, I bet you people don't know what trauma is, and they think that the movie really did think they could pass this cat off as a stuffed animal. No, they did that on purpose because that's
Yeah.
what trauma does.
Yeah.
That's what's crazy about this movie because it's kind of all the things you guys have said already, but it was basically just how it's dirty in the sense of like the atmosphere, but then some of the stuff they do with the horror stuff, where the gore stuff with the CGI, it takes away from the trauma kind of
Yeah.
vibe that trauma has. I mean, and then it's just one of those things where they combine all the worlds at the same time, but then you're kind of like, I wish you wouldn't have done it here. I could have lived with it looking like shit in the background comparatively to, looking like shit for the prosthetics or anything. So
This was
I mean,
not the cinematic masterpiece of trash juice from what, 2022?
Oh no, this was better. Or but no, I think yeah, I think we'll see. But that like Mikey's fake ass head, like what kind of we use CGI too. So,
Yeah.
that's so great.
I was a victim of CGI.
yeah.
I remember,
So there you
I
go.
remember asking either Mikey or Aid about that, or maybe even asked you. And like one of those things, like I watched the whole thing, and I'm like, that's weird.
He did. When I
They
told him,
obviously
I said,
have-
"Oh, I said in the trailer, I'm like, go ahead and watch this," and he actually watched the whole thing. I'm like, you watched the whole thing?
Oh, who
Yeah,
did?
A didn't even watch the whole thing. She fell
I
asleep
did.
halfway through.
I did.
Um,
I have several copies of
did
everything.
I ever tell you, Doug, that someone added me on Facebook and was like, "Are you Mikey Manshot from Trash Juice?" And I was like,
Someone did? Oh, hey, you're a celebrity now because of the.
I was like,
so great.
Follow the role.
What do they say? Like, oh, yeah, can you get my autograph?
No, it was just a random ass question. I was like, that is what I've done.
That is
Well-
correct.
Well, I've been kind of spying on there's some Facebook groups, and then on Reddit there's like Tubi whores, like just like what the fuck movies on Tubi, and I see Trash Juice. Somebody was like, anyone seen this piece of shit? And it was Trash Juice, and I just read the subreddit. I'm like, oh, I'm like,
That's
yeah, I love
fun.
this. It's judge it. It's call it a piece of shit.
It's
That's
like, yes, I've seen it and I enjoy it. I love it. I also made it. Uh,
yeah. Well, no, I just kind of like browsed through it, but it's doing good on Tubi. I just got paid out again.
Nice.
So I think people just pick it up. They're like, what the cover looks better
also-
than the movie.
Well, my students ask me, like, oh, where I went. Like, I would say that I'm like, oh, look up. Guess what I do? Look up, right before they grad, look up Trash Juice. Look up the trailer for Trash Juice.
the day after graduation.
Oh my God, you're in that movie. And I'm like, yes, I am. Make sure
Well-
you support it, like and subscribe. Bye.
And they're gonna be like,
Interesting. Interesting, Doug, that you've received a payout. So we would like to discuss royalties after the recording has.
oh, sure, yeah.
I'm just
I mean, it's not like I'm rich or anything, but
I'm just kidding, Doug.
Well,
Poor
Doug,
Doug.
we-
Like this.
we
Sure,
did
here's your
tell you
quote.
to get onto the Crank TV, so you need to reach out to your buddy from high school whom we met at Spooky Empire recently. So I really do like this idea of a streaming service that supports independent horror films. So obviously
Well,
this would be
yeah,
great for you.
for sure.
And also
I-
like it's not just movies, TV as well. So
I actually have been speaking to someone.
ooh, is it Mr. Crank?
No, what is it
Okay.
called? Well, there's an app called Screamify, and if you guys are interested, it's only $2.99 a month, and I think the first month is free right now. Don't quote me on that. But with Screamify, they have like a pretty small catalog, but what they do is they use the money they get from this service to fund independent filmmakers to make movies for their platform. So If you're interested, I signed up because I thought that was a great idea. It says here every dollar your subscription goes straight back into funding independent horror. So you're not just watching scares, you're helping create them. They also have a section for podcasts. We talked about getting slashers on there, but I forgot to message him back.
Oh my
But
God.
I'm sorry, I'm the worst. I'm very busy.
Then
But yeah,
send
so
them my way.
we don't want to scare them away too fast. So Screamify, everybody. Go look it up. Go support them.
Nice.
Lance, I think you're the only one that hasn't given your final thoughts on the movie. So we'll go ahead and end the show now. Thank you guys for listening.
Swear to God.
Yes,
No, I loved it. Honestly, like I just said earlier, was basically just it was a little too shiny. You know what I mean? If you're gonna make a fun trauma kind of like I don't want to say turd, but you know what I mean? It's kind of like what you expect from trauma. So it's like, so it was a little clean, but I mean, I think it's a great effort by them and they could only get better, which is great. So I always say support, make your comments to them, and hopefully they change the things that you want them to change and make it better next time. I mean, that's really what you want from any horror movie if you want it to keep going on and supporting them like that. So I'd say I do that. Go see it.
Yeah. I mean, and this is like for people who, if you're diving into trauma for the first time, so if you're listening and you don't really watch trauma and you have no idea what the hell it's about, or you've never seen anything trauma related, maybe start off with something like this versus Poltergeist.
I was going to say something light like Poltergeist. That's what I started with.
something. Actually, I got this for you here. So,
There's only
Oh, Doug. My goodness.
so this is one I just.
booty.
All right, can you hear me? Okay.
Yeah.
Mhm.
We just saw
Alright.
your ass.
I know we did.
So this one here is called Unspeakable. I got it for like $3. And the funny thing is, this is great, and it's on Tubi for free. But this movie is all about a lady in a wheelchair that's comatose, and the caretaker just makes her diarrhea, and he eats her out while she's shitting. So that's the whole movie.
That sounds great.
So if you love trauma, you'll like this one.
So
Unspeakable.
what I'm saying, we're not going to start with Unspeakable, okay? We'll start with something a bit tamer.
Oh, you guys.
And and that's my thing, because if you guys love, and I was talking about this before, if you love South Park, you love, Matt Stone, Trey Parker, they do have a trauma movie. And so everyone gets their fucking start in trauma. So if there are things that you enjoy that are kind of nasty, like, and you're like, oh my God, trauma's too much, like, fuck you, because like all these people were doing trauma. So
Well, I mean,
Aid had to sit through them.
James
Huh?
Gunn came through the trauma mill, so
Yeah, there you go.
Who hiccuped?
That was me.
I
That
know, I'm
was
just
Doug.
kidding. But hang on. Oh, that's my screen. I was like, Doug, you have something on your forehead. It was my screen.
Oh.
So, I was mimicking Doug's pose because I was like, we kind of look similar.
Oh,
But,
yeah. I got more tattoos. There you go.
bitch,
Oh,
it looks like
these
I had more tattoos this
bitches.
way.
Scotland thrown out.
Yeah, a lot of drunk ones there. So.
But Doug, is there anything that you're working on currently?
Yes, actually. So I've tried to go into a new venture, and I don't know if we've mentioned him before, but Sam Salerno. Well, he was on Noelia when
We know
when
Sam. We love
yeah.
Sam.
We
Yeah, so-
love Sam.
And Sam's
Sam
a
has
huge
his
fan of
own
trauma.
films on Tubi, everybody.
Yeah, Erotomaniac, and they're the type of films. And there's a one called Chainsaw Granny that he made, and I did the voice for. So if you want to see animated sex and violence, it's called Chainsaw Grandma on YouTube. But one thing we started doing was stand-up comedy and music for this group called Clown Syndrome. And so we go to like LA, just kind of cause chaos, and go to like open mic nights and sing music. And we've done a few stand-up shows at this place called Fourth Wall and stuff. And
I saw
I
the
guess
video. That was so good, by the way.
yeah, and I guess they're like, oh, this is a prestigious place. Rodney Dangerfield played here. And I'm like, oh well, now Clown Syndrome is getting a live clown abortion on stage.
Well, I did think y'all were the next Rodney Dangerfield. So,
Yeah,
especially from the cinematic film Ladybooks. But
Love that movie.
But we're
Yeah.
making the Clown Syndrome movie. We already started filming it, so I'd love to have you guys in it too. And it's already going good. I'm getting Trash Juice remnants again because we had one comedian in it, and his line was just like, "You two are gay-tarded," and now he's messaging us saying, "Can you like shoot another scene in there saying like turn to the camera and say I didn't write this line?" I'm like, "No, fuck you." So there you go.
I'll
And
only
this
do it
is
if
why-
it is full frontal. Go ahead.
No, because I already lent my voice to a piece of Clown Syndrome
Oh yeah, that song's coming out. Aid's in a song called "Put It in My Love Hole." So
I couldn't tell you the shit I got recording that. And not only that, but I will not be accredited. So, I mean, unless you know who I am, it's not a big deal.
well, can you give me a sample? Give the slashers a sample here.
What?
Yeah.
Actually, it wasn't. It was like, put it in my love hole, my
Oh.
love hole.
Baby
you're
in my
harmonizing.
love hole. Tonight I will put my flaccid and fleshy and fungusy phallus in your meaty and bloody and hairy hole.
Oh,
And I'm
This
like-
is my yeah.
Yeah, and I was like, I go, that's not me, but we're just gonna go with
Well,
it.
we altered your voice a little bit, so we ran it through some filters and stuff,
Oh,
so it
good.
sounds more like a fat black lady.
Oh, thank you. Well, then
Yeah.
it's not me, ladies and gentlemen.
so
Well-
it shouldn't be that filtered then.
No, we wanted it to sound a little more like Norbit or Rasputia.
Rasputia.
Oh, Hercules, Hercules.
Well, where can our lovely audience find the makings of Clown Syndrome?
Yeah, so you can follow, go to Instagram at Clown Syndrome 69 and Facebook Clown Syndrome, and then YouTube was Clown Syndrome as well too. Our first song on there is Short Bus, so if you want to see a song about riding the short bus, it's on there. So we got some good songs. We play some stand up, and we have another one booked for later this month. So if you're in LA, follow the page and we'll post more info on
Even
that.
if you're not in LA, go see them somewhere.
Yeah, no, we haven't gotten kicked off of Instagram yet. So, and the thing is, we're all incognito, so you don't know who's coitus or who's smegma. So,
I can
Holiday.
tell,
I know.
You
It's
can
like if
tell.
people know you, we can tell.
but just put it in the love hole, people.
Put it
There
in-
you
yeah.
go.
Yeah. Well, we loved to have you, Doug, and we know that you'll probably be here again soon whenever we can squeeze into your schedule. So
yeah,
we
we'll
appreciate
squeeze in
you.
tight. I was so happy to be
Oh.
here again.
Squeeze it tight into my love hole. We'll always have a love hole here for you to fill here.
Maybe
But
you could get coitus or smegma next time. So,
Uh-oh.
that I'll let Aid handle that episode.
Mm.
That's a wrap on
Lance's
this week's
fault.
episode. Oh my god. Are you the new Lance?
No,
Because you're acting like Lance.
I'm muting my mic.
Okay,
yeah,
well now you're
as a
not
sub,
being
you're the
Lance.
dom.
Yeah.
So,
Anyways, that's the wrap on this week's episode. If you want to see our faces while we ramble on and figure out what Lance's word of the week is or why his mic doesn't mute, check out our video cast over at youtube.com/slasherspodcast. Plus, don't miss our bi-monthly deep dives into all things horror nerdy on the Comic Chop only on YouTube, a hot collab with Slashers Podcast, and much ado about nerding. If you want exclusive content or you just can't get enough of us, join our Patreon family for monthly exclusive reviews, bonus episodes, and some killer perks. Head on over to patreon.com/slasherspod and become part of the band. Street Team, if you want to rock some Slasher swag, our merch is available on Redbubble, where you support loud and proud at slasherspod.redbubble.com, or you can message any of us and ask us if you want t-shirt with the logo that's behind us with the Slashers Podcast text, or the hand with the TV that our lovely Gabagool made for us. We're hanging out on Instagram. If you want to follow us, you can follow Slashers Pod for everything podcast related, or Mutant Goons from Beyond for all things weird and wonderful. If you want to yell at us directly, you can find us on social media at Aid at Pathologically ADE, me at Horror and a Half Shell, Lance at Zombie V Shate, or Doug at Doug Bizarro, and Clown Syndrome at Clown Syndrome 69, right?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes,
don't
sir.
forget the 69. If you can't find out the Devil Box Notice Instagram, then find us on Facebook and come chill with us in the Mutant Goons from Beyond Facebook group for all the chaos. Shout out to our B-Movie TV family. That's Doug on Friday Night Action and Yahira on Saturday Night Terrors. It's available on Roku, and it's free. A big thanks to our amazing Patreon members, Josh Gunn, Dinosaurs Will Always Be Awesome, Lorene Ellis, Kevin Leamy, Vladimir Luis, Leslie Thurman, Cam, Gail Amaro, Press Eject, often referred to as Preston, depending who's hosting. If you want to join them, head on over to patreon.com/slasherspod and become part of the horror family. As always, thank you for listening, and remember to stay spooky and give Doug a follow and tell him that he needs to come back. Bye,
Yeah, I
everybody.
should definitely. Thank you. Have a good one, guys.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Goodbye. Don't die.